Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and I have some news updates from around the land of smiles for you today, this Tuesday, July 30th. Discover Novotel Marina Sriracha and Kosichang with our exclusive Stay 2 Pay 1 offer. Enjoy 2 nights for the price of 1, or book 2 rooms and pay for just 1. Available Sundays to Tuesdays with breakfast included. Book now for stays until October 31st, 2024. And we're going to start with the viral news of the day, and that's that this Apple ad that came out over the weekend is facing some serious backlash and has sparked some boycott threats here in Thailand. That's right, a recent Apple advertisement has caused outrage in Thailand, with many locals threatening to boycott Apple products in favor of Samsung. The ad, titled "The Underdogs OOO Out of Office, Apple at Work," depicts Thailand in an outdated and negative light. Now, English teacher David William, who has a significant social media following, criticized the ad for making Thailand appear backwards and old-fashioned. The 10-minute video showcases Apple products, but uses antiquated imagery that many feel misrepresents modern Thailand. Now, William's critique has gone viral, and Thai netizens are demanding more respectful portrayals of their country. So anyways, good on you, William, over there, letting them have it. Because, yeah, when I watched this video just before I came on the show, and within the first few minutes, you see them, like, they go through a nightmare at the airport. They're dealing with weird miscommunications with local Thais. They get into the dirtiest taxi with, like, a crazy taxi driver, and they pull up to the nastiest hotel. It just really does not make Thailand look good, particularly in the first half of that commercial. And when you're a global product like Apple is, you should probably consider that the places that you're making fun of are also your customers as well. Now, I don't know. I think an apology probably should be issued. They do eventually show you some nice sides of Thailand, but they never really show the people enjoying themselves in Thailand ever. And so probably not a good look for the Thai tourism industry in general. And yeah, man, like, it felt very, like, I'm white and now I'm in a stinky developing country. Dude, come on. I love this place. It's one of the most beautiful modern cities in the world. Shame on you, Apple. Not that I'll be getting rid of my MacBook anytime soon, but still, an apology I think is due. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments about this one. All right. Shano says, disrespecting Thailand for sure. Scotty D. Oh, goodbye, Thailand. Hey, see you around, Scott. Enjoy your travels, man. Safe trip home. Say hi to James. Cool. Elliot says, there's also an iPhone ad showing a man whose tile floor dropped into the pit. He then used the iPhone 15 to touch the other iPhone of the woman who spotted him falling before the guy falls further. Wow, that's a weird one. I'll have to check that out. Somewhere says, the time period was clearly a stylistic choice. Good morning, Mandalik, by the way. Well, I mean, dude, they're there looking for a factory to ship boxes or something like that, and they're using all of these. They got, like, Apple Vision Pro on there, right? They're using modern Apple products, and showing Thailand in a very not modern kind of light. I don't know. I can understand the outrage, that's for sure. All right, moving on to our next story. This one's a pretty scary Final Destination moment. Now, a steel plate has injured a woman on an expressway. Oof, millennial trauma. A woman named Prani was injured when a steel plate flew through her car's windscreen, cutting her neck and cheek on the Burapawiti Expressway in Samut Prakan around 6 p.m. on July 28th. Driving to pick up her daughter, Prani was in the middle lane when the plate pierced the right side of her windscreen. Despite her injuries, she exited the expressway and waited for help. Authorities are investigating the incident, and Prani was treated at a nearby hospital. The steel plate was found inside of her car. Oh, good God. Yeah, I don't know if any of you in here have seen Final Destination, but this is something that I fear every time I get on the highways now because I've been traumatized by that movie. But yeah, random debris just like falling off and going through a windshield all of a sudden, you're having a very bad day if you're still having one at all. Another big thing to watch out for, tires. I don't know if any of you guys read it, but one of my favorite subreddits is Tires Are the Enemies, where you can see just like tires falling off of cars and then absolutely demolishing the cars that they run into. So be careful out there on the highways, guys. Be alert and try to dodge the debris if you can. All right. Shano says rock thrower. Oh my God. Well, I don't think it was a rock thrower. It was a steel plate. And by all accounts, it seems like it was an accident, but still a harrowing tale. Damien says, happens a lot, really. Not really doing a lot for my phobia there, Damien. You're not helping, man. But yeah, I can imagine this is not entirely uncommon. All right, now moving on to our next story. I don't know how many vapors are in the house, but an untaxed cigarette and vape shop has been busted. So 2 women, Sarinya and Chonlada, were arrested for selling untaxed cigarettes and illegal vaping products at a shop in Soy Panyang, Ratsada, netting over 500,000 baht in 3 months. Whew, good business. The Phuket City Police seized 487 packs of untaxed cigarettes, 64 packs of vaping liquids, and nearly 5,000 baht in cash during the raid on July 28th. The women, who admitted to the charges, were charged under the Excise Act of 2017 and the Customs Act's BE 2017 for possessing and selling smuggled goods. Look, this is one of those sin tax things, right? Cigarettes, not good for your health. Vapes, technically illegal here in Thailand, despite their prevalence. Yeah, I mean, this is the whole point, is that governments are supposed to tax these things. So, not for 2 reasons, right? Of course, they get revenue. But the point is to make it more expensive in order to curb these habits. That is the main reason we put tax on sin-type products like alcohol and tobacco. So, you're messing with the system when you skate by. So illegally importing them and then selling them at a lower price. Obviously, that's going to be good business. You're undercutting everyone else around you. Yeah, if you're going to do the crime, you got to be ready to probably pay the fine, I think, in this case. I'm not sure there's going to be any jail time for this. But yeah, also, you know, those systems are in place to make sure that whatever you are consuming, whatever it is that's bad for you, is coming through at least some sort of regulated system and is not as potentially bad for you or laced with other things as they potentially could be. Don't think that's the case here. It's probably just prepackaged products from other countries that are selling it at a cheaper price. However, government's got to get their cut, baby, and you can't be doing it. So follow your laws, everybody, and try to quit if you're still a smoker. All right, I'm not judging. Whatever, do your thing. But moving on to our next story, we're heading into the realm of politics as the new Thai Senate is dominated by the previous controlling party, Bhumjaithai. So, yeah, the new Thai Senate is dominated by allies of the Bhumjaithai party, significantly influencing political power and constitutional amendments. With at least 150 senators aligned with Bhumjaithai, the party holds substantial leverage, although senators no longer help elect the prime minister. They still participate in law passage, constitutional amendments, and overseeing the executive branch. Now, amending the Constitution requires support from 1/3 of the 200 senators, and opposition to charges in Chapter 1 and 2 of the Constitution and Section 112 of the Criminal Code is strong. The Blue Camp, comprising Bhumjaithai-linked senators and former officials, aims to maintain their power and prevent laws undermining their privileges. Well, doesn't that make sense, right? Like, if you're in power, you want to do everything you can to hold on to that power. And here we have something, you know, not unfamiliar to developing countries trying to push their fledgling democracy into the future. The old power, the old guard, is going to find a way to make sure that their interests are still protected. So, funny play of events, right? The Senate will no longer have any say over approval of who the prime minister is going to be, as it should not in a parliamentary system. It should be up to the parliament that decides who the prime minister is. That's not what they wanted last year with Kun Pita and the Move Forward Party. And they established this Senate as sort of a mechanism to keep him from power. Now they've removed that mechanism. They no longer have that power. But they have plenty of other oversight in other areas of government that is going to be, you know, you're going to have to work with them if you want to be able to move legislation through this new body. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm a big politics nerd. I think this is some very interesting stuff. And it's, you know, the Thai legal code doesn't really have this, there's no precedent for this. So we're in kind of new uncharted waters here. But it seems like the military-aligned Bhumjaithai party is going to have a lot of influence over this body. All right. Hey, Sawadee Kap. John D., good morning. Shano says, Kun Pita will be back. I think that is absolutely true. We're going to see him, he's young, right? I think he's still early 40s. So in politician years, that's like, he's only midlife. He'll be around for a long time. But, it's tough, man. When you're a kind of political revolutionary like Pita was, you're going to have a hard time working with the powers that be that like the status quo. So I appreciate you, Shano, and I do appreciate Kun Pita for fighting the good fight, but it seems like there's still a long way to go. All right. Anyways, sorry, enough of the snooze fest of politics. Sorry, it's a news channel, guys. We got to talk about that stuff sometimes. But on to our next story, which is a bit of a sad one. Now, a wildlife rescuer is still comatose after a cobra bite. Kun Jakrin, a Thai wildlife rescuer, remains comatose 5 months after a king cobra bite. Bitten in a vein, Jakrin experienced severe complications, including heart stoppage for over 30 minutes, leading to significant brain damage. Now in a vegetative state, he is cared for by his mother at home. The Nick Wildlife Facebook page provides updates on his condition, balancing frequent posts to avoid accusations of seeking attention. The team has launched the SEP project to promote snake safety and reduce snake bites. Jakrin's critical situation has garnered widespread support and donations, emphasizing the importance of awareness and safety. Very sad stuff. I mean, snakes are no stranger to the land of smiles, and handling them, you see plenty of YouTube videos where people seem to very... carefully or not carefully handle invasive snakes, and they are still extremely poisonous. It's not just the spiders you got to worry about. Most snakes in Thailand are not that dangerous, but a king cobra, especially a direct strike to the vein, can have some serious consequences, and in this case, it seems like the most tragic. So our hearts go out to the family. A recovery doesn't seem likely, but miracles do happen. So please go and support him if you can. Shano says, that is nightmare material. Tell me about it, man. That's why I choose to stick to the concrete jungle rather than the real one. At least I'm a little more familiar with the dangers of, traffic and pedestrian life than those out in nature. I mean, being able to identify these snakes and know which ones are safe and which ones are not safe, that's such a skill in and of itself. And I got to tell you, I'm addicted to those videos. I love watching snake handlers in the wild, people grabbing wild ones and invasive ones. But, don't be brave. Like, this is something that should be handled by experts that know what they're doing. So be careful, everybody. Don't get bit. Oh, Damien. Venomous, not poisonous. My bad. Can we edit? Just fix it in post. All right, we'll do it. That's my bad. For those that don't know the difference between venomous and poisonous, it hurts you if you consume it. Venomous means it can hurt you itself directly. So that's why, right, Jason? Did I do that right?
You can touch it and it's still poisonous.
Touching it, still whatever. Poisonous means poisonous is defensive, venomous is offensive, basically. Can I say that? I'm gonna shut up, okay? I don't know anything about snakes. Sorry, that's fine. Our resident snake expert, Jason, will be in a little bit to clarify things. How about that, Jason? You good? All right. Anyways, we're going to move on to our last story from Thailand, and that's regarding the public transport here. Now, Thailand's longest train tunnel has been closed for a long overdue cleaning. That's right, Thailand's longest train tunnel, the Pasadit Tunnel in Saraburi province, has been temporarily closed due to passenger complaints about thick dust. The State Railway of Thailand, or SRT, has mandated a 14-day cleanup by the contractor. The tunnel, part of a new double-track railway to northeast Thailand, spans 5.4 kilometers and had just opened. Dust, blown back inside by strong winds after initial cleaning, caused discomfort for passengers. During the closure, trains will revert to the older route, increasing travel time. The SRT plans to reopen the tunnel on August 12th, ensuring it is thoroughly cleaned and safe for passengers. That's a big old tunnel, isn't it? Like 5.5. That's quite a cleanup project. No wonder it's going to take 2 weeks. But yeah, I mean, that can't be good, especially when so much of these air conditioning systems rely on sucking in air from the outside. It's going to overwhelm the filters quickly, and all of a sudden, everybody's breathing in dust, and that's not good. We all know about the dangers of PM 2.5. Not good for the people on the train. Does suck if you were planning a trip there in the next few weeks. Now it's going to take you a lot longer, but hopefully they'll have that cleaned up, and we have a lovely new tunnel that can make our trips over to Isan much faster. What do you guys do? Does anybody take the trains in Thailand? I don't really, I don't take them as often as I would like to. I never have. Now that I think about it, I used to take trains all the time in China. They have high-speed railway. It's a wonderful way to travel. I love traveling by train. But yeah, anything to make it faster, because usually the plane ride is a lot quicker, and you get from point A to point B much easier. But I would love to see that change. I think riding by railway, you know, especially you don't have to deal with all the BS of like checking in and checking your luggage and all that stuff. You have more space. It's more comfortable. The problem is how much time it takes. So for now, it will take you a little bit longer heading up to Isan. Just wait a couple of weeks, I think. Now, Elliot says, I don't really take railways in Thailand, but I do when traveling in China and Japan. Completely the same for me, Elliot. I love the high-speed railways. I think it's super fun, super fast, super convenient, right? Usually you're getting dropped off right in the middle of the city instead of some airport way far away. So I would love to see Thailand actually implement a high-speed rail system here. I don't think it's coming anytime soon. I think they've been talking about it for years and years, but it's an infrastructure project that just can't get off the ground for one reason or another. All right, well, anyways, guys, that'll do it for our news stories from around Thailand. I have a couple of stories for you from the ASEAN region now as well. Now, our first stop is Indonesia, where President Joko Widodo spent his first night in the new eagle-shaped palace of the proposed capital, Nusantara, in order to push forward the infrastructure project before his term ends in October. Despite multiple delays, lack of foreign investment, and managerial issues, Jokowi emphasized the project's long-term nature, potentially taking up to 20 years. Located on Borneo Island, the $32 billion project aims to relieve Jakarta's burdens. Now, Jokowi, who admitted to a restless first night, highlighted improvements in water, electricity, and internet. Although foreign funding is absent, Jokowi remains committed, with his successor Prabowo Subianto expected to continue the development. Yeah, so that's funny. First night, did they build it on some ancient burial ground or something like that? I just imagine him being haunted by ghosts over there. In any case, this whole move of the capital is a massive infrastructure project. Obviously, Jakarta will always be there, but one of the big problems is, the sea levels are rising. Overpopulation is a big issue, and that's the long-term goal. We're moving to higher ground, basically. So curious to see. I don't think I've ever heard of, it's been a while since I've heard of a capital movement. I guess, Jerusalem just happened or something like that. I'm not sure. But, truly developing a completely new city in order to move your capital and your seat of power and government. It's been a while since I've heard of that in the news, and it's an ambitious project that does need continuity, right? So the president is soon going to be switching to the successor. If the successor decides, hey, this is a bad idea, it's costing too much money, because there is no foreign investment. $32 billion for a country like Indonesia is a lot of money. Fortunately, they have a massive population, and they are developing in a very strong way. So they should be able to afford it as long as management is able to keep budgets under control. We'll see. Shano in the comments saying Bangkok is sinking too. The Thai can watch it happen. Yeah, that's an issue here. It's an issue all over Southeast Asia, really, as the water levels rise. And, I'm not going to get too much into the environmental politics of things, but it's a real issue for real businesses and for people. So it's something that leaders need to take into consideration. Interesting to see how this is playing out in Indonesia. I'm curious to see if it works. Hopefully it does. Good luck over there, guys. Let's see. Franco says, small corrections to Jakarta. It's not a P. I don't know what that means. It's not. Please do let me know the corrections. I do get things wrong sometimes. Last week, somebody burned me. It was one of my own friends flamed me in the comments on Instagram. I said Surin's Isan province instead of Isan's Surin province or something like that. And yeah, that was the top comment on the Instagram video. And I went to go see. I'm like, you know what? When I get things wrong, that's on me. But this was one of my friends, one of my fellow comedians. And he was like, does anybody even fact check over there? And I was like, you sarcastic. Anyways, I won't tell you exactly what I said to him. But he called me out. I deserved it. And yeah, that happens sometimes. So Franco, do please let me know. Final story of the day. We're heading over to Malaysia as Russia now supports its BRICS bid. Malaysia's foreign ministry announced that Russia supports Malaysia's bid to join the BRICS economic bloc. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, for those who don't know. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov assured Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim during his visit to Malaysia that all is well. Anwar revealed that Malaysia has already submitted its application to join BRICS, which promises significant benefits and highlights Malaysia's commitment to international collaboration. BRICS membership offers financial access and a political platform outside of Washington's influence. Now, Malaysia's bid follows Thailand's similar move. In 2023, Russia was Malaysia's 8th largest European trading partner, with bilateral trade increasing by 15.6%. Enhanced cooperation in various sectors was also discussed. You guys like that footage of Lavrov in the traditional Malaysian garb? I don't think I've seen that guy outside of a suit before. Now, very interesting. You know, the Western-led alliance, the global capitalist overlords. This is a big deal for another organization to be able to sort of economically stand up. Now, some people are saying in here, yeah, axis of evil. You're talking about Russia. You're talking about China. India has been very cozy with Russia lately, and so basically supporting them economically, which in turn supports the war effort in Ukraine. A lot of people have beef with that. Now you have other countries like coming from the ASEAN region to join this economic alliance. Really, I think these countries like Malaysia and Thailand, they're more... You know, there's a lot more of a political chess game going on, sort of a back and forth, trying to play all sides so that I always come out on top kind of situation. But this kind of stuff, these relationships are absolutely imperative for Russia as they've faced international isolation in recent years. What that means politically for the rest of the world and how they respond to these countries joining the BRICS alliance. I mean, because it's not all, like there's Brazil in there, there's South Africa. These are countries that the West traditionally has very strong ties to as well. So, it's not all, it really is about developing nations. And I think getting some beneficial access to markets that they wouldn't otherwise be able to, China's very protective, right? If you're a BRICS member, all of a sudden your products selling into China are taxed less. So there's all sorts of benefits for joining BRICS, and I try to focus on the economic side of things. However, boosting the economies of these countries also boosts their ability to implement their foreign policy and domestic policy. So whether or not you support those things, I leave it up to you. I'm very opinionated, but I will shut up on that. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for our news from around Thailand and the ASEAN region. You can always go to thetiger.com for more news stories throughout the day. We're constantly posting all of the interesting stuff that happens here in the land of smiles. And yes, please do go to ASEANnow.com to sign up and join Thailand's largest expat forum where you can join the conversation directly. Also, everybody, like and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Helps the channel out a lot. And yeah, I think that'll do it for today. I'll get into the comments right now, though, and see what you guys had to say.